Okay. So, good evening. My name is Lorena Serrano, and I am pleased to welcome you to another ARKOMO live session. Today we have with us one of our important ARKOMO international coaches, Betty Mwaura. Is that the right way?
That's right.
Okay, great. Good evening, Betty.
Good evening to you, Lorena.
Let's
I hope
share.
I said that right.
Yes, of course it is. That's the right way. Let's share a brief introduction of Betty. Betty is an accomplished trainer with more than 10 years experience in soft skills training at corporate level, locally and internationally, Kenya originally. Her role as lead consultant for Royal Training and Consulting Limited has broadened her skills as a trainer in the soft skills sector, making her an expert in the field. Betty has been involved in multiple training projects for critical groups in the whole of East Africa. In particular, she has training expertise in the following: world-class customer service, entrepreneurship, personal development, management and leadership skills, supervisory skills, coaching and mentorship skills, business and communication skills, work ethics, etiquette, and selling skills. Betty has made a significant contribution to the success of upcoming and existing companies by engaging the management and the workforce in great training sessions. Her training sessions are very well known, and they are very much developed through very innovative methods. As well, Betty is proud to be associated with Plancer Limited. How? Because she assisted them to hit the number 4 in the Kenyan top 100 mid-sized companies competition developed by East Africa Top 100 in 2019. Betty holds a master's degree from the University of Nairobi in project planning and management, as well as bachelor's degree in education from Kenyatta University. And as a trained coach and mentor by the British Council, Betty has tremendous success helping people move from one level of achievement to a higher one. She keeps sharpening and improving her skills and knowledge by constantly attending the courses that add to her knowledge basket. And what other best way to do to improve yourself than continuously learning? And she has dealt with notable clients, international clients, offering cutting-edge training solutions. Some of her clients are Safaricom Limited, Strathmore Business School, Bamburi Cement, Nairobi Water and Sewerage Company, Signon Logistics, Barclays Bank, Gertrude's Children's Hospital, amongst others. So good evening, Betty.
How are you? I am fantastic. How about you?
Fantastic to be here with you tonight and to get to know a little bit more about you and to who you are as a coach and even as a person. I have read a lot about you, and I want to get to know even much more through you on this exciting opportunity. So as we have prepared some questions for you, my first question for you is, please tell us who is a coach and what coaching entails.
Thank you so much, Lorena, and thank you for having me on the show tonight. It's a pleasure. I like it when I have to, contribute towards increasing knowledge and giving out information. And this is one of those times. And so I am very glad that you could ask me that question. I am in a country called Kenya. I don't know if you've been to Kenya, but Kenya is a good country, developing and really picking up really fast. And so what I've realized in my country as well, people don't understand what really coaching is. It's quite not very phenomenal, but it's coming up. It's not as well known as it is known in the Western world. But really, coaching is a coach is somebody who helps you through growth or change. And really, coaching is the process of helping someone through growth and through change. In life, we are always going through change. We are always going through we are either growing or we are rotting. We are either moving forward or we are either moving backward. Because you can't be in the middle. If you are not growing, then clearly you are dying. And so a coach helps you through the growth. Why? Because a normal human being will have the goals, they will have them written down, they will have the wish and the will and the desire to grow. But life being life will throw you curveballs, will throw you all these things. You'll be in problems. You are going to be lazy about some of those goals. And so every new year you have goals, but you find yourself not really getting anywhere with those goals. So you have goals for year 1, you have goals for year 2, and year 5, you're still writing down the goals you wrote down 5 years ago. Exactly. So the person who helps you ensure that you don't have to repeat your goals next year because you've met them is a coach. And a coach offers you what we call support. And not only support, but structured support, so that you and your coach have discussed, I would like to, in my life, maybe I have a coach. I also have coaches who help me change and through growth, because I must also keep growing and changing. And so you and your coach discuss what are your goals for the year, and what are your goals for the next 3 years, or what are your goals for the next 5 years. And so between your wishes, your goals, your dreams, your ambitions, and the destination, what happens in between? Because that's what goes wrong. Procrastination comes in, excuses comes in, listening to people's opinions comes in, troubles comes in, life happens basically. Yes. And so when life happens, we pull out and, I really wanted to have this for this year. COVID happened, so I'm not going to chase that goal again. But with a coach, you sit down and realize, okay, Betty, what did you want to happen in 2020? I wanted A, B, C, D. All righty, COVID has happened. How do we adjust? Or what do we do? But without a coach, really, you don't have support. You don't have what we call structured support to help you take action. Because that is what really makes a lot of people never meet their goals, just not taking actions. Having the best intentions, having the best plans on paper, but never taking an action. The other thing a coach helps you with is what we call encouragement. Because life is going to happen, because our plans are going to be, they're not going to go as straight as we wanted. We all wanted a great 2020. Look what has happened to all of us. So we really need encouragement. Somebody to tell you it could have been worse. Maybe COVID is difficult, but it could have been a worse thing happening to us. But objects falling from heaven, what would we do? But at least COVID is something maybe we can learn how to manage. So that person offers you encouragement, so that when you feel like you are giving up, when you feel like it's too much for one person, when you feel like you don't have the resources, you don't have the energy, you don't have the ability to keep going, the coach encourages you. And the most important thing a coach does for you is keeping you accountable, Lorena. Because if you become your own boss and decide this year I want to travel the world, and nobody questions you, nobody asks you, you are to travel the world, COVID happened, so now what do we do? You'll just put it at the back of your mind and decide, I wanted to travel the world and COVID happened, and But with a coach will keep you accountable. These were your goals, Betty. You wanted to grow your company by 20%. We are in July. You've grown your company by 10%. What's your strategy of achieving the remaining 10%? What are we going to do? What is in your mind? And so a coach keeps you accountable. And those 3 things, Lorena, those are the things that miss. And that's the difference between our big ambitions, our big dreams, our big plans, and our big goals, and the destination and the happy life, our dream life, in the life of our, where we wanted to get, and our destination. So in between is where we lose it. And the reason we lose it is because we lack a coach. A lot of businesses fail because they lack a coach. A lot of people don't get to the next level because they don't have a coach to offer them structured support, encouragement, and accountability. So that's who a coach is, and that's what a coach does for you and for me.
I think the coach role is 24/7. I think it's a very alive role where you are always encouraging the people, and you have, as you're saying, you even have your own coach that are encouraging you, and they are that where you have to present what you are accountable for. But that makes me even ask you then, when you are not a coach, who is Betty? What do you do? Like, tell us a little bit more about yourself when you are not the coach, the professional coach. How do you live? How do you live with it? How are you coaching yourself all the time? How do you go?
All righty, thank you. That's a wonderful question. When I'm not coaching, I'm all about helping people harness their brilliance. Of course, we do that through coaching and training and many other ways. But even as I live my normal life as a wife and as a mother, as a sister, as a friend to my friends, as a partner to my business partners,
okay,
I am always, the passion drives me. The passion to see people activate and monetize their potential really drives me. The passion to make life a better life for everyone, really, that's what I do when I'm not really coaching. I am always looking for ways of how do I improve people's lives. The people I come across, my customers, my relatives, my friends, how do we improve their life? Before I logged into this meeting, I was talking to my best friend of many years. And the reason I was talking to my best friend is because I've realized there's something she could do with what she has. Of course, she's doing very well for herself, but I've spotted something over the last 3 months, and it has really, I kept feeling like I should let her know. So I gave her a call and told her, you know what? I feel like there's this gift within you, and there's something we need to do about it. And we had a discussion, and she asked me, how comes you know that? And I keep observing you. And we had a very lengthy discussion about it. So for me, Lorena, I can't settle when I see people living way below their potential. I don't like it. And it pains me, when people live a life of complaints, whining, blaming others, giving excuses, when they have the will, the power, and the possibilities are unlimited. I feel like I want everybody to bring out their potential. I want everyone to package their potential into something that either can give them a living or fulfillment, because not everyone is in life looking for money. There are people who have already made money, but they don't feel fulfilled, and they worry about their legacy.
True.
Helping them put those things together and harness that to achieve what it is that they want to achieve in life. I also like reading a lot and researching and putting down information and creating content and having really, looking out for the bigger deals, not small deals of small talk and worry and whining and gossip. Those things I don't like. So when I'm not...
Sounds very inspirational, all of this.
Yes.
And then, I think it is very inspirational because you're always trying to get the best from the people that is around you. And you're always trying, because obviously with your own energy you bring to the people around you, you see you're always happy, or you're always trying to encourage them. So obviously people is always motivated and so on. So I think it's very good. Now that you're mentioning that you like to read, what kind of books do you read, or what is a book that has changed your life?
Thank you for that question. I wouldn't say that I read only one genre of books. I read a lot of genres. I read a lot of books on different kind of things. I read a lot about the economies of the world. I read about personal development. I read about politics. It's good to know. I read about the weather, the nature. But since I'm in the personal development world and industry, of course, I read a lot of those. And I wouldn't say that there's one particular book that changed my life. Of course, many books have changed my life, but I can pull out my best, my favorite, my three favorites. And I think my favorite book to ever read is called Abundance Now by Lisa Nichols. Lisa Nichols is a coach of mine because I attend her coaching sessions and programs and buy a lot of her programs. And she's worked with me this journey since 2015. And there's a book she did called Abundance Now. And that book opened my mind to the possibilities this life can offer us. And I realized there is no end to the possibilities. It's, our possibilities are unlimited. Nothing is in short in the world. The happiness, money, joy, friendships, networks, everything is unlimited. It depends with how hard are you working to find yours? How well, how smart, how quick, how effective are you working to find your abundance? And what does abundance mean to you? And so my mind was awakened to the fact that there's no scarcity. Scarcity is in our mind. We create scarcity. We were brought up hearing there's no money, it's not possible. And so with those beliefs, self-limiting beliefs and beliefs that we've picked as we grew up, we allow them to stop us. We allow them to limit us. And so from that book, it's almost like a workbook because there are a lot of exercises to do. I realized that there is nothing in this world we can't have. Whatever it is that you want, you can have. But you need to work smart, network properly, and all those other things. So that is my favorite book on earth. And then my other favorite book is called Sell or Be Sold by a salesman called Grant Cardone. I'm almost sure you know Grant Cardone. So yes, that is every businessman or woman must read that book by Grant Cardone, because a lot of my coaching students come and tell me, I want to do very well for myself. I want to make a lot of revenues, but I hate selling. And I tell them, if you hate selling, go home. Close shop, go home. So every business, every product, every service, you have to learn to sell. And it doesn't have to be the hard sell. You have to learn skills of, letting us know what is it you are doing, who are you doing it with, how does it benefit us? And so if you don't sell your services, if you don't sell your business, if you don't sell your products, then of course you're going to be auctioned and you're going to close shop, what Grant Cardone calls sell or be sold. And my third favorite book is called, I read it a long time ago. I must have been in the university. It's called The Leader Who Had No Title by Robin Sharma. Yes. And that book really, I like using it, especially in coaching, because I realize people think a leader is, a political leader, spiritual leader, whatever other leader. People want to say it's a president, it's a governor. The reason we are suffering is because our government, and we don't realize that you need to lead you first. Lead yourself so that you can lead others, or just lead yourself. If we all led ourselves, the world would be a beautiful place to live in. So I love the story in there. And that book to date, I think mine is almost torn because I keep rereading and rereading and rereading it to know that I have to lead me, whether there's COVID. When COVID was announced, Lorena, I asked myself, the leader in me, what am I expected to do? Am I expected to go to social media and really whine and panic and lead people in panic mode? Or am I expected to lead people to see, of course, we have a crisis, and how we manage this crisis differentiates us with, makes a difference for us if we are going to make use of this crisis or we are going to waste this crisis. From that thought in my head, I decided, let me lead. And we, together with a friend of mine, we did 15 free live videos on Facebook. And we led a big group of people into believing that even if there's COVID, please let's not give up on our dreams. Let's take it positively. Let's see how it can help us. Of course, take care of yourselves. But what else can you do with this time? You're not going to work. Read a book. You're not going to work. Teach your children something. Just don't panic and close yourself in and decide to die. And so that has been very revolutionary. And a lot of people are telling me, I lived this COVID season because you stood up, Betty, because you stood up and told us something can be done. So that book is a favorite of mine, and many other books, but those are my 3 favorites.
Those are your 3. Have you read them again, any of these 3?
I think there's not, the 3 I've read more than twice. I keep reading and reading and reading again. Actually, Lisa's Abundance, now I had to buy another copy because my first one really got old.
I think I'm looking forward then just to find the 3 books and over the weekend and just start checking them out, and I'll give you a feedback later on just to see how I will grow with them and how I'll just start becoming leaders throughout with them.
Let's read, then we can compare notes.
Absolutely, of course, let's do that. Betty, I have here one of your statements when you say that your ambitions are achieved or lost in the mind. What do you mean? What inspired you to say that?
Thank you for that question. Over time, I have learned on my own, through my own experiences, through the experiences of my mentors and my coaches, through the experiences of my networks, and mostly through the experiences of my coaching clients, that wherever you put your mind to do, or whatever you want in this life, and success means different things to different people. Success, to some people, success is earning this money and, traveling the world and buying your own jet. To some others, success is bringing up your kids in a way that you would like them to turn out. To other people, success is being able to help the less fortunate. Success means different things to different people. So whatever success means to each one of us, you will achieve that success if your mind has processed that information and decided that I will succeed. So your ambitions are met or missed in the mind. So if your mindset is right, it doesn't matter what happens to you. You will achieve those goals and you will achieve success. But if your mindset is wrong and you approach life from impossibilities, there's not enough for us. It's person A or B who is preventing my success. I can't do this. I can't afford it. This is not the right thing for me. I'm not the right person for this. I'm not in the right country. I don't come from the right family. With those things in mind, it doesn't matter the resources you have. It doesn't matter the time available to you. As long as your mindset is wrong, it's very hard to achieve. So you fail on that end. But as long as your mindset is in the right place and you realize that the possibilities are unlimited, I am the right person for this success. I might be the right person. I might miss the resources, or you might not have the resources for that success. But if you tell your mind, I am the right person for this success, what do I need to do? Where do I need to improve? What are the skills I need to learn? Like ARKOMO is doing. ARKOMO is offering skills for life. So you realize, I already know what success means to me. And I know that I'm the right person. I'm in the right country with the right people at the right time. So what do I need to do between here and 1 year? Or what do I need to do between here and 3 years? Or what do I need to do between now and December to fit this space that I need to be in? So it doesn't matter, by the way, Lorena. As long as your mind can see success, you can have it. But if you can't see it, it doesn't matter who tells you, it doesn't matter which books you read, it doesn't matter how rich your country is, you will not see success. And I don't mean you, I mean whoever it is. Mm-hmm. There are people who are in very developed countries, they suffer because their mindset are not in the right place. There are people who are in countries that don't do very well. They are still developing, but they are doing very well for themselves because it starts or we succeed or we fail right from our mindset. And I think that's what I said. Our ambitions are achieved or lost in the mind. It's all in the mind. If you can see it in the mind, then you can have it.
And Betty, which one has been your biggest success in your life? Something the biggest that you are the most proud of?
Oh, that's a great question. Of course, I've had successes and achievements that I'm really proud of. But I think my most important, except for my family and the way I put it together and the way we live and the way, my children, my husband and my family and my people and my students, I'm happy about what we have achieved. But I think for me, the biggest achievement I can point out is that I didn't grow up in an environment that was really encouraging me to achieve anything in this life. Wow. I didn't grow up in an affluent family. I didn't grow up in an environment that was really, showing me the possibilities. But with time and insistence and consistency, I worked on this brain. I worked on my skills. I worked on myself. Until that time, my gifts and my passions, they gelled, and I was able to find my gift and my assignment in life. I think for me, the day I found out my assignment in life was the day I just decided, wow, this is it. This then will be very advantageous to my family, my friends, the world, my students, and everybody else who comes into contact with me or who I come into contact with. Just knowing, what am I here for? Of course, I was born and I was brought up, but where am I here? The day I knew that I am here to help people see the potential within them and bring it out and harness it into something, that was the day I think my best achievement came to be.
Wow. It is basically as a self-made story when you go through your own challenges and you just pass that step. I think there is no bigger achievement than something like that.
Absolutely.
When you have done it for yourself, then you can help the other people around you. You can help them improve in their life. Help them improve in their life. And even in the work environment, because once you improve them in their life, then obviously they can even improve in the work and in the businesses and so on. So can you tell us the story of one example of one of those experiences from one of those cases that you have helped them improve and achieve to a higher level that you have gone through, and how did you do it?
Thank you for that question, Lorena. Of course, I don't think I would count the number of cases that we've developed from scratch. People come and tell me, Betty, I don't even know what I want in life. I just don't know, and they tell me I've worked for 20 years or 30 years. I'm earning good money. I am living a good life, but I honestly don't even know what is this. I don't understand. And we've had that, a sit down and plan something together. And that gift in me, I think it's a gift just from God that I'm able to see someone's potential and help them through that potential. One of that is the company I mentioned. It's an SME in my country. And so it's a company that didn't stand any chance to shine. There are big companies with big marketing budgets and with big operational budgets. And so when we sat down with the owners of the company, I told them, guess you guys, you are selling a very good product. Not a lot of people are selling the product you're selling. But I think there are some things that we need, some loopholes that you need to tighten. And so we sat down over a period of 6 months, looked at what else can we be doing? How else can we spend our money? And one of the most important things that I advised them to do is to, they, in their own thoughts and from what they knew growing up and from other CEOs, is that every time there's a crisis, cut down on marketing budgets. Every time there's a problem, cut down on sales and marketing. And I told them, there's a lesson I learned from Robert Kiyosaki. Every time there's a problem or a crisis or an economic problem, increase your marketing budget and sales and marketing, increase that budget. In fact, probably cut down on anything else, but let your business have visibility. And so that's the advice I gave that company and told them, let's work on marketing, let's increase our budget and see what else comes out. And so they were able to market and that way increase their customers and revenues. And of course, now we had money for any other operations. Another case is there's a lady who is, I coach a lot of corporate clients individually and in groups, but I remember one who was almost giving up because she kept, getting bypassed. Every time there's a good promotion, she gets bypassed. But every time there's work to be done pro bono, she gets picked. So, when we sat down, I told her that's not a very big problem. We'll work on something. But I'm amazed at the speed she's grown. I'm amazed that within a period of 1 year, she's grown 3 levels at work, which is actually even impossible as per policy. But someone realized something has happened to this lady. So there are many cases, Lorena, I can speak about. There are many cases of people who are in the wrong businesses. We had a coaching session or 2 or 3 or 4, and they wrapped up that business, started another business, and they are doing very well. Or someone who was in a business, calling it a startup even 5 years later, but they work on it, and within no time, they get a business that they can be proud of. You either close or you work on it. So I can give a lot of examples, but those are my proudest moments.
Of course, I can imagine. How do you do? In the beginning, do you evaluate them and then you take them through the program?
Absolutely. When someone comes in and they want coaching, we don't give blanket solutions because there are no blanket solutions. People are different, businesses are different, challenges are different. So when they walk in, we usually have what we call a discovery session. So we sit down, and my question to you is, why are you here? What do you want? How do you want me to help you? Where are you struggling? So the moment they tell me their struggles, as a team, we sit down and see, these are the struggles this customer is going through. These are the challenges. What are the solutions we can give them? Because the mistakes a lot of coaches do is have one coaching session, one coaching program that, works for everybody. That's not possible. What is possible is you come and tell me what are the challenges. Of course, we might have similarities between different people, like, leadership skills, personal development must happen, to a lot of people. I mean, almost to everybody who comes for coaching. But there are some people who are very good in negotiation skills, but they're not good in sales, or they're not good in this and this and this. So tell me your challenges, and then we craft something specifically for you or for your team or for your business. So that's what we usually do. And of course, when we evaluate, we also do it to see, are we a good fit for your business? Are you also a good fit as a client? Because we cannot always run to pick a client because they are paying. It's good to gel with a client. It's good to say, are you a good fit? Am I a good fit? Then if we can agree, then we hit it off.
Amazing. Looking forward. Betty, now that you are part of the ARKOMO team, tell us about it. How does that make you feel, and why, and what do you feel about ARKOMO?
Fantastic. I think that's my best question for the day. I am very proud about ARKOMO. I'm so excited about being in the ARKOMO team. First, because I like what ARKOMO is doing. And I like the spirit behind ARKOMO, the spirit to help, the spirit to improve, the spirit to uplift others. You see, there's no selfishness. It's a selfless kind of thing. It's giving back. it's being useful and providing solutions to human problems.
True.
And one of the human problems that we are just, we've just gotten into as a world, not one country, is that we are in a problem brought by COVID-19, jobs lost, companies closed, industries gone, entire industries wiped out. And so people are desperate. And so what is going to be the differentiator is the skills that someone has put in their heads. So you are, someone had a great job with great salaries and great provisions, but the job is gone, the industry is gone. So what will help that person is the skill they have developed over the time. And so ARKOMO has come to offer, offer the skills so that those skills can help you go and create something from nothing. So that you don't have to keep saying, oh, there are no jobs. We can go and create after we learn skills from ARKOMO. So I'm excited to be in a team that is offering solutions to the world. Imagine offering solutions like, you guys don't worry, if you learn this skill, you could live again. If you learn this skill, you can put your life together again. If you learn this skill, you can create something that was not there. Facebook was not known to any of us. Someone sat and created. So what else can someone create after being in ARKOMO? So that's one of the things exciting me. Number two, the ARKOMO team, especially being led by Robert and Mohammed. Can you imagine the wealth of experience those two have? I look at Robert and I'm amazed. Imagine someone running those many companies throughout the world, teaching you and offering his life and saying, come learn from me. Come, let's do this together. It's amazing. I think that's the biggest gift that ARKOMO can give me and any other coach that is going to join and on board, or whoever else is in the team. So for me, it's such a blessing. And it's such a blessing to be in a team of like-minded people. People who are creating solutions. We are not waiting for who is going to come and help us with aid and a little bit of this and that. If help comes, well and good. Meanwhile, we are creating solutions. So I'm excited to be part of ARKOMO team, to create together, learn together, help together, achieve something great together. That's really exciting for me.
I absolutely agree with you. I think the idea of ARKOMO and bringing all these opportunities and all these programs for the development of so many people in so many skills, I think it is a great opportunity for the whole world. And the thing is, what a better opportunity than right now when everything is being online and it's the whole world united right now online. Like right now, for example, that we are in a completely two different locations.
Exactly.
So, we are here. So then right now there is not going to be any limits whatsoever, physical limits or geographical limits whatsoever. So I think that's a fantastic opportunity.
Definitely a global village.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Global village. So welcome to the global village.
Thank you.
I'm sure ARKOMO feels absolutely great to have such an important member in the team with such a great international experience and achievements and self-development experience as you have. So I think it is a very good asset and a beautiful combination of all fantastic assets that are coming through together just to bring the best from the people around.
Thank you so much, Lorna. Thank you for welcoming me to the ARKOMO team. One little thing maybe I should have said is that in my country, there is the biggest telecommunications company, which I worked for 7 years. And what I learned in that company is that anything is possible. I saw a new company. I saw people create products from scratch, and nobody can catch that company today. It's really, really hard. Competitors come, they go. They come, they go. So one of the best thing I learned working for that company, it's called Safaricom Limited, is that we can create. It doesn't matter. COVID has come. Businesses have, they have closed down, livelihoods lost, but we have the power to create. And I think that's what ARKOMO is going to offer us. The platform and the time and the space to be creative and innovative and look for solutions. And thank you very much.
Thanks to you, Betty. Thank you so much, Betty, for all this wonderful insight of your world and of the coaching world. I'm looking forward for getting these 3 books and just start going through them. And it was a pleasure for me to have this interview with you tonight. So from my side, I can say I have learned about the real importance and the relevance of coaching, and to have an experienced coach in our life. And as you're saying, that ensure that it matches from both sides. It's very important. And I have to say now from all our viewers, many thanks for watching. This interview is going to be available online through our Facebook and through our Instagram page. So do not forget to like it and to share it. You can find us over Facebook and Instagram page under the name of ARKOMO World, ARKOMO with a K. And if you want to have more information, you can visit our website, www.arkomo.world. Stay tuned for more insights of our members and more insights of the whole world of ARKOMO. Thank you so much, Betty. Good evening. Good evening, everybody.
Thank you so much for having me. Good evening and bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.